Holy shit. It actually worked.
Neat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 352 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast. My name is Brad O'Dell, and with me, as always, is the one and only...
Your king of paintball,
down there.
Thomas Castle. Down here in the lower section, so I get to
love it.
So for me, Kerfoot's right
What's the
there,
underside of
and
my beard look like?
Brittany, he's making me feel dirty in places where I'm not supposed to. Fuck.
And we're joined... It's all mirrored.
I love this.
Right? This is fantastic. We're joined by the one and only Tyler Kerfoot.
Thank you.
Of Kreate Visual, a new what is this considered? It's a clothing brand, right?
Yeah, so it's like a clothing manufacturing, I guess is probably the best way to explain it.
Cool.
So far I've launched in the paintball space, but they'll be working outside of that as well. Just the easiest niche for me to kind of begin with.
Dope. Before we dig into things though, Tom's got to do his spiel. Also, before he does that, I want to explain to everybody that if shit goes sideways, we're testing new software. So far, it seems to be working, knocking on all the hard surfaces. And we're actually streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube.
I can't believe that we are streaming on so many platforms.
Yeah. Also,
it's crazy.
Also, it's recording, so this will actually go out later as an edited video that can be watched. Joshua Estrada's there. He's out there. What's up, guys? About to get some Taco Bell. My stomach just went upside down thinking about that.
And then there's Ryan Bell.
Ryan Bell's
so that's Ryan. The non-union Mexican equivalent of Ryan Bell is Taco Bell. So it is now time for me to get to do my favorite thing. I get to do some business. I get to pay the bills tonight here at the Maritime Paintball Podcast. First of all, we have to thank our very special sponsor, DEF CON, because it's BIGDADDYG loves us. He doesn't love me anymore. He doesn't even respond to my texts. I think he's fucking tired of me. I don't blame him. But it is defconpaintball.com. They have everything you could possibly need under the sun for paintball and paintball accessories. We even have a promo code for 10% off, BIGDADDYG. Please use that promo code, and it's 10% off almost everything except whatever Big Daddy G says isn't, because fuck you, that's why. Moncton Paintball is the home of the town of Mag Hill, my home, and the King's Forest. We're going to be rocking out there hopefully very soon, counting those months down. We're 3 months, we might get there. Chandler, this Kerfoot guy does stink, and we love him for it. The stink is... it's like an aphrodisiac when you're at the paintball field and you smell the Kerfoot's there. You're like... oh, I just want to shoot the shit out of someone. But Moncton Paintball is going to be there for you guys soon. We're hoping to get out there. And the CMC is going to be coming back this year at Moncton Paintball. They don't know it, but I have spoken, and that's what's fucking happening. We have our friends in Fredericton, the Rip Kings, with their fantastic red-eye gear. They have Infinity. They have all sorts of glass and headwear for you, including the new Puffco Proxy, which is a dope pipe vape. It is fucking so cool. I love it. Atlantic Outdoor Recreation Center this weekend is doing the Sniper's Haven at 10 o'clock. So bring your shit. It's open class. Somebody gets to use first strikes. So
I don't know who somebody does, but
tell those animals and come play some paintball with us this Sunday. It's going to be nice. That field is sweet, and he's got such a nice like staging area to warm up.
It's going to be +2.
Good. Fuck off, seriously?
Uh-huh.
Yes. I mean, yeah, gun's going to shoot great, but that's what we need. You can bring some booze if you want.
No, boots, not booze. I mean, sure, yeah, but...
Salisbury, you can bring booze. What else do we have? Apparently, Hypersports, April 7th, is going to have their season opener. It's going to be a big event. Some of the Savages have told us we should go down. April 7th, Bradley's not fucking going anywhere, man.
No.
He won't be leaving that city for like a few days. It's going to be like lockdown.
I will be on high standby. Or just completely locked down. What is this? We have our first Twitch spammer. Fantastic.
Look at the balls. How fucking desperate is this guy that he's spamming us? Fuck him. Get me his shit so I can spam him with our channel. That's how terrible we are that I want to just send other people our shit. Fuck it. Don't forget to use Nightmare PB's code for G Fuel, which is Nightmare PB. I'm guessing is his.
Yeah, we'll help Nightmare's code out until we get our own.
and then you can ride our coattails. No, that ain't gonna work that way. Oh,
We'll get I don't know. We'll get gamer subs or something.
we have Nova Scotians in here doing a solid 89.3 in Kentville as oldies, and it's one of my buddies works there. So if y'all get a chance, send some love to Shano because he's a sexy bitch. That's not Kerfoot. Maybe it is.
It might be.
Shared to my personal. Oh, I was gonna say no, Ryan. I'm not sharing your personal Facebook page, man. Like your old lady won't like that, and that's probably gonna get me put on several lists for, breaking Megan's law. And last but not least, friend of the show, Dead Wolf's new single "Homeward Bound" is out on Spotify and on all your streaming services. So go listen to some chezzy '80s metal.
I love it. I love it.
Now, I'm done my spiel. I'm going to have my coffee, and I might roll myself a joint.
That's this show really is a digital kitchen party where I'm going to have a coffee and roll a joint.
Yeah. So we should do it.
So, yeah. So, folks, we have Tyler Kerfoot, Kreate Visuals. I keep wanting to say like Kreate Designs. I don't know why. Kreate Visuals, which is a you said like athletic, like a clothing brand,
Yeah, so as of right
brand.
now, it's like a sportswear custom clothing brand. As of right now, it is just in the paintball space. But we are getting samples to kind of expand as well into other categories, as well as even just casual off the field or off the court kind of streetwear.
Right. So, excuse me. That energy drink is fighting back. So I want to know, basically, like why start it? Why start Kreate?
I think it was just at the time I'm a freelance graphic designer, anyways. So it's kind of designing just my own team's merchandise and jerseys for the last few years, anyways. And I just kind of found a passion for it as well. And I've had even some of the teams and stuff that I've played with outside of the Maritimes, like from Ontario and things, asking me even to just design their jerseys for whatever company they were going through. And I just had enough kind of outreach asking for me to do it anyways. That I figured I might as well kind of start sourcing and kind of keeping it all within house almost.
If you're good at something, don't do it for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Right?
Treat your friends like good customers. Fucking exploit them, boys.
Yeah.
We all have side hustles in the Maritimes, so that's
it's true.
So
also,
yeah, we all buy from each other, so that way we can all support each other.
That's why our economy doesn't go anywhere. We literally just hand money to each other.
One guy sells the beer, one guy sells the weed, one guy sells paintball gear, and then we all just trade. And then we all just trade our fucking money back and forth.
Right, exactly. Cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah, like so basically you've been doing it anyways. You might as well.
Exactly. Kind of just decided to kind of expand and do it myself.
Yeah.
Do it myself. Cut out all the middlemen, kind of, and it just makes it easier because that way people can just reach out to me as far as like sales, designs, pretty much purchasing anything. It just kind of saves any other mess.
We're just gonna leave that comment up permanently.
Yeah, we'll pin that one.
Kerf has the second best beard on the podcast. Yeah, I love that though. I love that there's now like a local, like as much as I love trying to buy Canadian, I like it even more when I can buy maritime.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and especially as far as the local scene goes, I feel like I know, at least on the speedball side of things, I know a fair amount of the speedballers, if not almost all of them. So that kind of helps as well. And obviously with me traveling and playing paintball in the past, and obviously still, it helps me with the outreach, obviously outside of the Maritimes as well.
Yeah. And you mentioned like for the speedball world, for at the very least, I feel like that's going to translate well to like quote unquote like generic athletic wear.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's all
whether
just
it be baseball, soccer,
Yeah.
basketball. You know what I mean? Kind of
right.
all those design principles kind of carry over between the two.
Right. So when can we expect like the Kerfoot Milsim line to show? No, just kidding.
Hey,
Don't do
that
it.
could be something we can work on. You never know.
Don't. See, but if,
Don't encourage mag-fed players. They're
No. What I'm thinking is like
Uh-oh.
CAD Pat design, but I want like aggressive colors. like yellows and pinks and blue. You know what I mean?
Exactly what they don't want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, basically dress in gold and black tiger stripe, and have to be put on with like a fucking amount, like a parachute amounts, because I'm a large lad. Got to wrap that clothing around me for that to work.
Wow.
Poor bastard. Thank God there's a set price, or I'd be fucked. we charge by the yard, but at this point, it's kind of not. The point's kind of moot.
Ryan
my
Bells
eyes-
is.
Red eye. Yeah, fuck off.
Can your friend design a ball cap with pockets in it for, say, a GoPro battery?
Maybe. I don't know how much
that-
of a market there would be, but we could definitely possibly look into it for sure.
I'm trying to think what like. Just see. I'm trying to picture somebody running on the fly, like hitting the deck, and then just like fumbling with their cap to try and get a GoPro battery out so they can swap a battery on the fly.
Well, you'd be having it towards the back of your head, right? So they'd
Yeah.
be down like this, trying to, if they haven't just pulled their shit off, to try to do it.
I mean,
right
there
then
might
and
be.
there.
Yeah. I feel like if you're going to be running that, just buy a helmet and just tape the battery to the side of your skull.
Well, but again, Ryan Bell would probably just want one on his head for like day-to-day shit when he's doing recording videos, like teching his shit.
That's
I don't
true.
know.
I could see that. When did you have the idea? Like, when did you just suddenly decide that you were like, I'm done just middlemaning this shit. I might as well just do it myself.
It was honestly just at the end of last year. I always had it like in the back of my mind. I just never really put my effort and time into actually like looking into getting it done by myself. I just never really did the research and kind of reached out to even see what it would take to do it on my own. And then I just kind of got almost the sudden urge, I guess, in November, December to kind of work with the details and kind of at least get the ball rolling and started, obviously going into this year.
Okay, awesome. And is it a industry secret of like who is actually like doing the sewing?
As far as right now, the paintball products, so the jerseys and let's say the joggers, are being made via Ruthless out of the US. But obviously, you wouldn't have to worry about duties or anything like that with it being from Canada as well. All the pricing is the same as them, but they're the ones manufacturing it as of right now. I am trying to find my own manufacturers, obviously, to help me on cost as well as the customers as well.
Yeah,
but as of right now, just with them having such a great starting point for jerseys and gear, it was pretty much a no-brainer. And that's who I was doing a lot of design work for anyways, was Ruthless. So that kind of made the transition very, very easy.
Cool, awesome. Yeah, and they do make good stuff. They make some pretty
like
pretty
we've been
awesome
with them.
stuff.
Hustle's been with them since 2019.
There you
So
go.
that's the last 4 or 5 seasons. And we've had, I think, 9 or 10 jerseys, 2 or 3 different jogger designs and things like that. So
And the stuff tears.
we've had experience with it. So it was definitely a lot easier for me to jump in and not have to worry about quality or anything like that, which was nice.
Wicked, man.
I've seen some of those animals play. If it can survive those guys, I would say it's half decent product. To
Yeah,
begin
the
with.
jerseys, we've never had any tears or rips. Obviously, aside from maybe somebody getting caught on a tree or like their dog or something. But as far as playing wise goes, the jerseys, I don't think we've had any ripping or tearing or anything, which is kind of nice. Especially, like you said, you've seen some of the guys on the team, the way they throw around their bodies.
Yeah,
It's kind of surprising that some of them held together, but
Yeah,
rubber bands
especially at
and
the price
magic.
point too, right? So it kind of makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah,
awesome. And right now you're basically just doing, well, not just doing, but it's heavily focused on the paintball world right now, simply because that's what you're heavily involved with.
Exactly. That's like the kind of niche that was easiest for me to kind of start and launch in, just with me traveling, knowing a good amount of people.
Mhm.
It's kind of easy for me to at least launch there. And then in the meantime, kind of slowly work my way into those other sectors more than anything.
Cool. So do you plan on moving into just like everyday active wear or everyday wear? In
Pretty much
general?
everything.
Yeah.
Pretty well everything. Like I have a very big interest in like streetwear and obviously like just like casual fashion anyways.
Mhm.
So kind of pursuing that kind of makes it a little bit entertaining at the same time.
Nice.
that's cool as hell.
That is awesome. I'm pumped for the designs because I've seen some of your work and
Yeah, like I've been posting just a lot of like semi-custom designs, which are just designs that I've kind of put together quickly. Not the less to sell them, but just to give customers and teams at least ideas to base their jerseys off of. So they can look at 30 or 40 designs, be like, oh, I like this one. I like the colors of this. Maybe you can pick something from here, and just helps the design process a little bit easier rather than because a lot of customers going to you don't know what they want. They're just, hey, I want a jersey. And you ask, oh, like, do you have any ideas? And they're like, no.
I'm okay. I will admit I'm terrible for that because I've reached out to like some graphic designers before, like I needed the new logo made, and I reached out, and they were like, I was like, yeah, I need a new logo made. Graphic designer's like, great, what are your ideas? I'm like, bro, there's a reason I'm reaching out to you.
Exactly. It just helps the design process and helps because a lot of people even aren't even good at communicating as well.
Yeah.
So at least having 30, 50 different designs to pick from, something could spark their imagination, right?
Yeah.
So.
I ended up throwing the guy a bunch of like old like graphics from like the old 90s skate companies.
Yeah.
And just been like this. I want this style of
I like
design.
this style, yeah.
I want this
Which makes
stuff.
the design process 1,000 times easier, right?
So yeah. But yeah, I felt bad for because he's like, yeah, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah, I have no idea. What colors are you thinking? I'm like, I don't know, man. Like,
Exactly.
make something cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny when I messaged this company, this unnamed jersey company that I spoke to recently. Dude was super helpful and asking like, what do I want on it? I'm like, I want yellow and gold. I want it to look kind of like this, but not exactly like this. If you have just even the smallest idea, I want logos from these companies. Okay, yeah, we can do that. It's like, be very patient, motherfucker. Especially dealing with my like spacey ass. And the one that I loved was the red, blue, and yellow. It almost looked like a Red Bull. It almost looked like an F1 Red Bull shirt. And I'm like, fuck, I kind of want one of those anyways. Just like, I could buy that for Madik. He'd love it. But, so I'm definitely pumped to see what people kind of come out with.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So just speaking of the quality of oh my God, Ruthless.
Yeah.
Sorry, just Ryan Bell's comment just kind of slipped by for a second. He says it hasn't been tested until Bradley drinks C4 and has his way with it.
God, that was funny.
Yeah, that's going to be a new review technique. Is I'm going to slam a C4 energy drink in with whatever's in my hands or on my body survives. You know, it's top quality.
Yeah.
And yes, there is a kitten behind me.
You
guys don't normally see all of this behind me because I usually cut I usually cut it like this.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
right.
Let's throw me. Oh, look at that! We've got a Caleb, and we got a Greg. We got a Rhino. We got some fancy people hanging out here. And yes,
don't mind me. I just spilled energy drink all over my fucking lap.
Like I don't know who you are anymore. What the fuck?
I'm exactly what you expect, and not a bit more.
Drunken mess.
I wish.
On at least 2 watch lists.
That would at least be an excuse. Yeah. So, anyways, cool. What's your plan for 2023? We now know where you came from. What's your plan for this year?
My plans for the brand is obviously just at least get started, at least get my foot in the door within kind of the space. I'm not going for any ridiculous goals or anything like that.
Right.
I just want to slowly get it out there and kind of see what we can do with it more than anything. It's definitely something I could see getting very big, but obviously we don't want to miss any of those smaller steps on the way.
Clothing brands are weird like that. Like sometimes like they could just fizzle out and just for whatever reason the public doesn't catch on. And then other times it just blows up. Like it doesn't make any like there's no rhyme or reason to it, which is kind of exciting, right? Like knowing that there's that it's just there's that very real possibility that this.
And I think the best part about it too is the fact that I'm doing other people's designs as well. So it's not so much as me just releasing my own merch. I'm creating other people's merch for them, which makes it a little bit easier because, you know, if I'm doing my own designs, a lot of people might not like the style and designs I choose for my own personal ideas, but other people creating their own custom teams goods makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry. Yeah, and just thinking like with different clothing brands and whatnot that can just the one that immediately comes to mind is Champion.
Yeah.
Because like
that
shit was a Kmart brand. I remember
Now-
when you used to get made
Now it's
fun
fashion.
of,
Yeah,
right?
Now
You get made
now it's
fun
very
of wearing
dominant in like
Champion.
streetwear and stuff now.
I'm about to say what we need to do is man's got to go dig out some fucking Zellers and some Kmart catalogs from 1997, 1999.
I would say 97, 98.
Oh, starter jackets.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's go for some
paintball,
good money now.
paintball style starter jackets. That would I'm telling you, there'd be 4 of us that would buy them. You should go into this production for 4 of us.
That's right. I want an
But-
entire facility rigged up. I got 4 orders right now. Let's go. We can get this going.
Well, the people that are going to be buying this stuff, not just that goofy shit, but like actual product, it's going to be the guys that are going to be looking at nostalgia in that way. You know, it runs in 20, 25-year-old cycles.
Mhm.
So if you slap something about that age on a jersey, it's going to, on some merch, it's going to at least get some attention. And then if you can focus it, like what's 25 years old in paintball?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at 25 years in paintball, that's it's infancy.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared to think what paintball is going to look like in 25 years. I don't want to think about what people are going to be wearing in 25 years. Damn it, I had something right there and I lost it.
All right.
Oh, marketing. Do you have any plans for the future? You don't have to go into them. Like,
Yeah.
if they're top secret and all that, don't go into it. But like, do you have any plans for just like, when things are ready and you're going to launch? Are you going to
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously right now I have the Facebook and the Instagram going.
Yep.
I am currently working on the website, trying to get that launched ideally within the next month. But I'm still waiting for a few pieces back for that. So as of right now, it's pretty much just Facebook and Instagram. People can just follow there, message me there, whatever. And yeah, we're going to try to iron out the website to make things a little bit easier. But as far as right now, it's pretty much just Facebook and Instagram for social media.
Cool, man. Cool. What about like real life? Anything? Do we got like any guerrilla marketing techniques happening? Do you get like?
We're working on some things right now.
Yeah?
Nothing's kind of set in stone as of right now. But you'll definitely be seeing it a lot more for sure.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see. I don't know what. I don't know anything about fashion. I don't know. I mean, I know. Okay, that's a lie. I do know some stuff about fashion. I know formal fashion. I know like dress shirts and suits.
So you're a fancy fuck. Like I've seen you dress.
Yeah,
when
I
we
could
go
do-
to
yeah,
the
I
field.
can-
He's got nice shoes and shit.
Yeah. I'm a very formal-esque individual, but when it comes to streetwear, I am I'm not versed in streetwear.
Yeah.
So, but I've always loved the marketing behind it. I love the that kind of stuff that's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Any designs? Have you done any designs that you were just like super proud of? Or has anybody like asked you to design something and you just like banged out a design? You were like, "Fuck, I'm proud of that one."
As of right now, like as far as Kreate goes, I am working on a couple options for Hustle for the season.
Mhm.
I have 9 or 10 of them within our group chat. I was voting on them, and I pretty much would be happy with any of them. All of them are very kind of like newer designs, something you haven't seen before without being kind of too crazy or flashy. You know what I mean? So
Gotcha.
something clean and simple at the same time. But as of right now, it's just a lot of the semi-custom designs. I did do tank tops for a team in Montreal, which were just like a darker black bandana themed, which were very clean, which I liked a lot. But I'm sure we'll definitely have some other cool projects on the go for sure shortly.
Wicked.
Sweet.
Love it. What about accessories? Any plans to get into like everyday carry or any of the little stuff like that? I have no idea.
Yeah,
That's
so like
what
as far
your
as accessories
designers are
go,
for.
right now, we are not going to be manufacturing or creating any accessories other than like windbreakers, maybe like backpacks and like fanny packs and like beanies, maybe even some like fishing hats. You know what I mean? Other than
Fucking
that,
fanny packs.
some bucket
definitely.
hats.
I perked out. It was like fanny pack.
Oh
eh?
yeah.
I
Fanny
will.
packs.
Don't tempt me.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
go full.
I'm actually waiting on some
90s.
samples of them, so those should be something
Whoa.
that could be a possibility.
I will
People
go full
who
90s.
wander around the pits, you got to have a place to put your lighter and your
Exactly.
papers and shit. Like, you don't want that in your pocket of your pants because then it gets all banged around. You get
Yeah.
shot up in your legs. If you're tucking your fanny
Yeah.
pack, you can hide
But as
it
far as
under
any
that.
like accessories go, aside from like non-wearable accessories, as of right now, there's not really anything in the works in the future. Maybe, most definitely, but as of right now, it's kind of not on the table as of right now.
Let's focus on fanny packs here. Are fanny packs legitimately going to be happening?
They can. I'm actually waiting on samples of them, so hopefully have those within the next week or two.
I'm kind of like, I'm just thinking.
Tactical fanny pack.
I'm thinking more like on the stage at D-Day. I kind of want to just be like as obnoxiously 90s as possible.
You can make that happen. We can make
You
that
hold
happen.
it up like a championship belt. You're just like, yes.
Right? And none of this like over the shoulder fanny pack stuff. I want to
No,
go
around the waist.
full-
Around the waist with the pullover windbreaker. We can do a pose for you, so we
With
can make
that.
it happen.
Don't tempt me on the
Igloo.
pullover windbreaker with the big pocket in the middle.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
big
the
front
hoodie
pouch
style.
pocket right here.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the Mighty Ducks one growing up. I had the original Mighty Ducks one. It's like
Dayglow orange.
mine was like
Something
the
very
turquoise
early.
black and white. That's what
Oh
I
yeah.
had.
Oh my god.
Oh, buddy. This sounds like all terrible choices for your
Great
company.
choices at the same time. Great choices. At the
Just
same
need Matt Sean. Listen,
need the
mullet
mullet.
I can handle.
I can't
can
do a
handle
mullet.
I can't
can't-
grow one, but I can look
I
at
can-
one and not be like, you're an animal. It's if I see a rat tail. I'm like, what
had
the
one.
fuck have you done to your child?
I had one as a kid in the 90s.
I'm
I would-
sure I saw one at Moncton Paintball this summer.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I silently judged somebody, and I'm like, I really shouldn't. Like, that's
Um,
terrible of me.
see,
But at the
here's the
same
thing
time,
is,
I'm
like-
like, your child looks like he fought a weed whacker and lost.
I can grow a mullet. My hair naturally curls though, so after it gets to a certain length, I will get like that 80s, 90s mullet curl.
That's perfect.
Unfortunately, here's the thing though: is I have a child on the way in April. If I grow a mullet, that's the end of the bloodline. She won't let me have any more kids. So I'm not allowed to grow a mullet. But yeah, I'm loving the fact that you're not completely opposed to these horrible 90s fashion ideas that
No,
we're coming
absolutely.
up with. I love it. I
Oh
love
shit!
it.
Go look through MC Hammer's fucking catalog.
Oh.
Prince, early '90s.
But a lot
Like
of the
you-
styles are actually coming back now too. Like you're seeing
I
a lot
know.
of people, and it's not even as a joke anymore. It probably started more or less as a joke, but it's kind of
Oh,
becoming
man.
definitely way more mainstream than it used to
It's-
be.
I can
yeah,
pull
there's-
some blunder years, big old like the old style straight bar glasses that I wore and
Yeah.
got my ass kicked 3 times a week for, and they're popular now.
Yeah.
I'm looking at them going like,
Right?
I got my ass kicked for wearing something like that before. Now kids are like, oh yeah, it's hip. I'm like,
Got your ass
Fuck.
kicked for wearing a fanny pack back in the day.
Converse sneakers is the one that I always remembered.
I will
You
always
were-
be angry about Converse. Poor man's shoe up until somebody decided they weren't.
Yeah,
So
and the sons of bitches couldn't have had the courtesy of done it a few years earlier where we could have benefited off of it. But
Right.
oh no,
no, but now I'm in my mid 30s, and if I wear Converse, I just look like an asshole.
yeah, you just look like a fucking hipster. Look at this hipster douche with his Converses.
Um,
I have friends that wear Converses, and I'm like, they're nice shoes. They're really comfy. So I'm
they're
like,
great for skating.
I see Crocs now running. I saw a bunch of people wearing tactical Crocs.
Oh,
at
yeah,
the field,
Crocs.
and
No, I hate Crocs.
I'm like,
I can't get behind them.
Oh, Crocs are the best thing in the world.
No, I
they're
can't.
so
No.
comfy.
No, I will
They're
put
so
my
comfy.
foot down. Foot down. No Crocs.
Yeah, you buy a cheap
Crocs?
pair
No.
for like shower time if you're going to a public, you're going to like camping or something. You need just something to wear that you're gonna throw away at the end of the weekend. It's like your shame pipe, or that you bought something that you're shamed of. You bought some like really, what is it? I'm trying to think of.
Like
Baja
gas
Rosa.
station-
You bought
Baja
like
Rosa.
you bought 2 bottles of Baja Rosa, and you don't want anybody to know you did it. It's like buying a set of Crocs. You just use it for the weekend. You fucking throw it away. 4-wheel drive Crocs. Thank you, Brad. Janko jeans.
No.
I hear the Queen. I hear my wife just going fucking Janko jeans, man. It's like the fuck.
Holy fuck. Okay. So
Kerfoot's like taking notes in the background. He's like, don't do
Everything talk-
anything these fucking idiots
Yeah.
say. This is
Yeah.
all bad. Like none of this is good.
right. Okay, so the athletic wear thing's happening, the paintball stuff's happening.
Yeah.
What about things like headbands?
It's definitely something that's possible. Again, another thing that I'm waiting on samples back.
Yep.
as far as like materials and stuff go like that. It's definitely something I'm most definitely interested in. Obviously, especially being in paintball, I've collected rare sandanas and things like that over the years, and obviously as well as the new resurgence of like hormesis and stuff like that as well. I'm obviously not trying to get on that level, but at least definitely have an option and maybe run my own line or two of headbands as well. So we're definitely waiting on samples and back from that, but it's most definitely in the works for sure.
Nice,
That's
awesome.
cool as hell.
Hormesis is last year. It's all about Canadian cunt.
Yeah, this year it's the Canadian cunt, and next year it could all be about Kreate designs.
Exactly.
Kerfoot, you were around for this. You remember this? Remember Armadillo?
Yes.
I saw one of their headbands up for sale. One of their limited runs, like
Yeah.
they made 20. And the guy's like, make your best offer. And I was like, I wonder what the fuck these things are running now. So I like jumped on Armadillo's website, which is still up and running, which is great. And they're just like, yeah, we made 20 of these. They're worth $600 a piece. I was like,
I do have a good amount of money in headbands alone for sure right now.
Oh man.
oh man, no, I've got 2 Armadillo.
Nothing that
hats.
I've spent great money on. Like I've bought them all for retail. Just
Right.
the value of them after release is
Yeah, you just bought them when
crazy.
they were
normal
things.
price.
So funny.
And
I gotta go with functionality, man. It's gotta have functionality.
Look, man,
Boots,
if a
You
headband
gotta look
works,
good
it
to
works.
play good. That's how it is.
I've got a carbon headband that I had. Keyword there's had a carbon headband.
Night, Josh. Have a
that
good
I
night,
love.
buddy.
Um,
I got no one to
Unfortunately, it's
pass
gone.
to. It's just
It
me. Every time I see Kerfoot in real life, I'm pretty sure I've gone, "Hey, Kerfoot, you want this?" And he just goes, "No." Like, I don't even know if the man smokes.
I don't.
Yeah, but and you know what's funny is this summer I'm going to see you, and I'm going to be like, "Yo, Kerfoot, you want to puff?"
Oh,
And
yeah.
you're gonna be like,
Oh, yeah,
we've
for
been
sure.
through this. Same thing. There's
Ryan,
a few of them.
I think Ryan's asking if you can boots. He says boots, and more boots, breathable with the ankle support. Brian, I think you're kind. I mean, a boot would be cool, but I feel like the
Absolutely.
logistics finding a
Oh,
boot
As
manufacturer.
far as footwear and stuff goes, to find manufacturing stuff for a reasonable price is way more in depth than a lot of people think for sure.
It's wild. Once you get into the world of manufacturing, holy
Yep.
shit! I've been
Yep.
on the side of manufacturing and producing in the world of food.
Yep.
Oh, holy shit!
Yep.
Like used, these machines run like $16,000 to
it's
$20,000.
ridiculous. It's crazy.
Like,
Yep.
oh, it's
And that's
stupid.
for a basic one.
Yeah, and that's just a machine that has a conveyor belt that
Yep.
runs along, and little things go into bottles and fill the
Yep.
bottles. That's it. It
Yep.
doesn't, and then it caps it. Nothing else.
Yep.
That's all the machine does, and it's like
Yep.
$15,000 or $16,000. It's
Yep.
horrendous.
Well,
Yeah,
you want to
it's
play
wild.
the game. You
Yeah,
gotta.
you know?
You want to play the game. You gotta have
Yep.
the big PP and you gotta have the big dollars. So
It's true. It's true.
all you motherfuckers here, you go to Kreate and you buy some shit so we can get those $15,000 machines here in New Brunswick, here in the Maritimes, so we can afford to have some shit, so that I don't have to rely on fucking Ants Gear trying to order stuff from those fine gentlemen, waiting for it to go through customs for 3 weeks, when I could just be like, "Yo, Kerfoot, how long is this going to take? Less than 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Probably not, but at least I won't feel nearly as irritated."
What are the plans for? So for you're getting things going, trying to get things off the ground. What are you still accepting, like custom orders? Like if somebody's like, "Hey, I need jerseys for my team," is that still an option right now? Or are you
Yeah,
still-
absolutely. That's kind
still
of
taking
like
orders?
not the only option as of right now, but that's just the easiest option for us to deal with right now within the infancy. But I am looking into getting obviously like just one-off pieces made, trying to lower the cost on those so customers aren't paying ridiculous amounts for a one-piece thing. So as of right now, it is not bulk orders, but more so like team orders as of right now. But we are definitely working on trying to get individual items as well as even just stocking, like maybe some of my own designs as well, as far as like t-shirts and stuff like that go.
Cool.
But as far as jerseys, I feel like they're probably always going to be a made-to-order item. Might have a few
Yeah,
like,
I can't
on
see-
hand, but just the amount of sizing and stuff, things like that is just
No.
It's a lot of upfront costs for. Not a
Yeah,
lot to get
I
into
think
it.
the only feasible way for you to even possibly bring in inventory of pre-made jerseys is you'd be dealing with overseas manufacturers, which
exactly.
the quality can be good. The quality can also
But
be
waiting months
real
between
fucking
passes
garbage.
and revisions is time
Right,
consuming.
exactly. Yeah, unless you want to pay $200 in shipping to have it flown.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? and then it turns out, no, that's not what I wanted, and
you
then
have to do it again and again and again. So
right. So, cool, man. Cool. Yeah. Cause it's, being able to do one-offs would be awesome for
it's
anybody who
definitely key
doesn't.
because like a lot of people that play paintball even just casually aren't on teams. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
going out Sundays or whenever they can, going to big games. So them trying to get a team of 5 together to all get the same jerseys done isn't
It's a big
very
commitment.
common. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's pretty rare.
So those it's definitely there, but the one-offs and as well as like just the individual items is definitely something we want to ideally offer sooner rather than later for sure.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just getting 5 people together to play paintball on a team, let alone order jerseys.
Let alone getting money from them to get custom gear made is just another issue as well.
Yeah. Let me rephrase it. You can get 5 guys to be like, yeah, I want a jersey, but getting the money.
That's the fun part, especially for paintballers.
Yeah.
Especially for people that play paintball.
Especially when you're just like, man, like you owe me $100, and they're like, well, I've got like, how about I give you like half a hopper? And
Well, I've been running the team for 5-6 years, so I've heard every excuse 20 times over.
Right.
I've been the one dealing with money and organizing everything since day one, so I've
fuck
heard
you,
it all. I know it all.
Fuck you, pay me is just.
It's not
Oh, I sent some of those emails today.
not as easy as it should be, but
Yeah.
No, and it's just.
It is something I've prided myself on more than one occasion where I'm like, no, I want to pay. I will rip off any large company with no fucking qualms about it, but I can't rip off the working man.
Yeah,
like, and that even goes as much as like Big Daddy G's a working man.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really I can't you can't stiff the working man, guys, and that's why we need people like Kerfoot to come up with these ideas that are going to be like, yes, because otherwise you're just giving some faceless corporation money. He had to take his gold. What?
Yeah, Brad Reed here he said, sorry, I had to take my goldfish out for a walk.
He's a busy man.
He's man. And I mean, you gotta watch that, man. The goldfish, if they don't get their exercise, they plump up real fast.
Got to keep them healthy,
right? So, and then Jared Levant. That's why I don't open my mouth unless I have the money.
Especially during the off season, everybody has all the commitment in the world in the off season until the deadlines start getting closer, and then you really find out who's actually interested and committed, right? But
yeah, for sure.
So I've been going through the process for years, so I've been
heard it all.
Plenty enough. I know what's to be expected for sure.
Any plans this year at all for like booths or setting up at like OPL or EPPL? Or
ideally,
like
yes. Like obviously, we're still very in the infancy of the business.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely something I'd like to do, but we'll kind of see what we can make happen, given obviously the short amount of time, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely something that's most definitely in the books, and I'd like to work on it. But we'll see how quick and kind of bring something together.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Especially where at some point you're going to be like, yeah, we got this booth at OPL, but I got to play.
Exactly.
So
Especially the logistics as well, even just going to Ontario and setting up something like that is just another headache altogether, right?
Right.
It's definitely not out of the question.
D-Day. Come to D-Day.
I was going to say, I know a place where there's going to be a group of Maritimers that are going to have a little table, and I am sure we could sell some of your gear for it. Well, I can't because I'm going to be high as fuck. Like, don't rely on me to sell shit. I'll find a way to tell people to go to the booth, but I want to handle no money. Not that weekend.
This comment from Brian's, who's sexy dude with the Astros and fat beard?
The man knows.
He knows. He knows what he likes.
But yeah, setting up booth would be great. I think Primal did really well at D-Day. And I think Intensity
they were setting
did
up at Ontario a lot, at the OPLs a lot.
Yeah.
But they were also within driving range as well, right? I think they're a 7-hour drive, and there are
in the
2 or 3
grand
teams that
scheme
come
of
down
things,
from Montreal too, right?
Yeah,
This
in
lady.
the world of paintball, that's a hop, skip, and a jump away. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Remember these guys, Brad?
Yeah, that's
They were fucking awesome. They had a cool
it's,
at PRZ. They had a sweet little booth, and they were selling stuff all day. 100%.
That was customs. Oh my god.
Oh man, we've got it. We've got them. It's in the archives because they were super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And they make really cool. Yeah, you could absolutely do it. And there's some. You're gonna It's like if you fucking went anywhere and put like a fisherman on it or a lobster on it or some fucking thing, and you went to Ontario and you sold it, and then you have Brad and I sitting on coolers, kind of looking like hosers, and we're like, hey buddy, there from the Maritimes, you want to buy some of this shit? You know what? You're giving back to the community, the poor fishermen in the Maritimes. They're all awful fucking stupid. That's why they live in the Maritimes. So here, give back. You know what? Your $2 can support a maritime, or $2 a day can support a maritime.
No, that's what we'll just have in the arms of an angel playing in the background.
Yeah.
For 85 cents a day, you can support a maritimer.
A maritime paintball player. I think
shit.
I think we could get that. I think we got an idea for a t-shirt design. Fuck it. You know what? From now on, when we have t-shirt design ideas, we're just gonna like record the idea and we're gonna send it to Kerfoot. And then you can just sell it and be rich, and we'll laugh about it. Like,
what was the one we had the other day? I forget now.
Fuck, I forget them in 15 minutes, dude. But
I know. I write them down and then I lose them.
The fucking microphone. Get the fuck out of here.
But yeah. Sorry. So with the t-shirts and stuff, is the plan like just like your own personal designs? Is there gonna be a theme behind them? Are you gonna try and do themes or anything like that? Or is it just gonna be like, I have this idea, I'm gonna bang it out?
It'll probably be
next
a
idea.
mixture of everything between like actual like themed drops or like collections, as well as even just helping other people create their own
their Hermesis
drops and collections. You know what I mean? Like helping other people, if they have their own drops that they want to do or their own design work, help them create their brand as well at the same time. You know what I mean?
Okay, I know I just cracked a joke about that, but that would actually be kind of dope to do a podcast drop.
Well, what he's saying though, I like it. You get those young designers who are bringing you the designs, get your fingers in all those pies.
Yep.
And you could really cultivate a really cool line or cool series.
Yeah.
Because there are some pretty original people in the paintball world here in the Maritimes that all have really great ideas, but have no way to get it out.
Yeah,
exactly. To the market, and
let alone them trying to find their own manufacturing or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
So
because it's hard. Holy shit, it's never hard, man. Finding manufacturers it's a weird world. It's you can't just like Google it.
Especially to try to find like quality as well. You can always find it, but trying to find one that's quality for a reasonable price.
And half the time it's like, oh yeah, we manufacture t-shirts with your design. It's like, actually we're middlemaning and we're shipping out to Indonesia or China or wherever to get it made, and then we're just going to tell you we made it because we technically sewed a tag on it. So we made it. That kind of bullshit. Which that happens all the time.
Way more than people think.
Oh my god, it's brutal. It's brutal. So yeah, finding like a quality, and then like the other part is trying to balance it, and a lot of people are just like, well, I want Canadian made. Then you best be willing to fucking pay for it, because it's not going to be a $4 shirt from Walmart.
No, it's very expensive. It's very expensive to try to do things on Canadian soil. For
Sublimation printing is expensive because it requires specialized machines. Silk screening is expensive because it requires, it's not a sophisticated machine like sublimation printing,
but just the amount of labor and things that are going
time. Oh my god. The time. That people don't realize that it takes. So
I knew a guy in Bathurst who was doing that for a while, and I don't think he made a whole. I mean, first he's in Bathurst, but even online, it's a hard thing to make a go at. Like, sorry, I'm pouring myself a cup of coffee like a sassy bitch at 9:15 at night. Yeah, that's a good idea, Thomas. Just drink some more fucking coffee.
It's fine. I slammed drank a rain at 9 p.m.
Rain, I've drank, I'm working on my third cup of coffee. This is fucking perfect, bud. I'm ready to fucking go and play a city builder and relax, watch some cartoons. Wonder why people still listen to this podcast, because Kerfoot's here. He's the most interesting thing that's been on this show in 7 days. And that's just because you don't have to deal with just us. Like, God, for a few minutes, earlier tonight, again, I was going to message Brad and be like, so Brad, who's on the show tonight? No, fuck it. I don't even know who. I think I messaged you what's on the calendar, and he just doesn't tell me now. And it's great.
It's a surprise.
Fuck yeah.
I prep everything in the back end. Like, I got the questions ready to go. We're locked and loaded. We're ready to go. Tom shows up and he's Tom.
Jake, show me a Coke.
So, but yeah, I'm excited to see the brand grow. Are you So typically in the world, because I know this from the world of like high fashion or formal
Yep.
fashion,
Yep.
is that a lot of companies, it's like 70% marketing, 30% production. Like most of
Absolutely.
the, for like 70 cents from every dollar goes into marketing.
Yeah. It's
Um,
pretty well going to be identical.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so
For
that's
sure.
the plan, right?
Yeah.
Like, 'cause, especially in today's world where it's just
Yep.
like you see a T-shirt online.
Yeah.
If it's just a T-shirt on a white background,
Yeah.
you know, so you got to get that emotion behind it. You
Exactly.
got to get that kind of
Exactly.
thing to get that flowing. That's cool, man.
I
I'm excited
can't
to see
wait to
what-
be wearing some of this shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Like,
It's gonna be awesome.
I
I
got
want to be able to go to the field and just like point at Kerfoot and be like, "This motherfucker made this."
I'm looking forward to going. I like going places because we stand out wherever we go. Gold crown, loud, yelling at people. People tend
Beard.
to ask, beard, beautiful. Like, look, I can point at either one of these two, and I've got beautiful beards above me. More as I'm smoothly shaven because I can't grow a beard. It's not. It would hide this, which
Yeah,
is
but
probably
if you can't
but-
grow a thick, lush beard, I appreciate that you don't.
I'd just be sitting here like a crackhead. I've seen like the scraggly like neck beards. Night, AJ. Have a good night, buddy. You see those big like sticking out beards, and I'm like, I think that's what I would look like. So I'm like, no.
Don't do it.
Nico, holy fuck! I've been following. I don't know if anybody saw the posts that I've been putting up for Congo. He's been back on YouTube showing some videos from Sergeant Splatters. Those guys, Kerfoot, are some wild animals. The no effing team guys, and I'm looking forward to getting them down here this summer. I'm looking forward to going and seeing them in June.
Yeah.
They are a whole different beast. Those guys play paintball like what we do here, whereas we've always been open class.
Yeah.
I take a MagFed marker and I go out and I see you on the field. There's a odd chance you're not shooting the MagFed back at me.
Yeah.
Very slim chance
Yeah.
that Mr.
Kerfoot, can we get a
Kerfoot-
Magfed marker in your arms this season? Just a
We can
walk-on
try.
day.
I'll come
Just
out for
a
an
walk-on
event.
day.
I'll come out for one of those Make Fed events.
Okay, cool,
I'll play
good.
one of
Because
those.
I may or may not have a bolt action.
I just need a setup. Somebody finds me a setup,
might-
I will come out and play.
we
might
would get
have-
you set up.
I might have like the hardest marker to use coming.
That
like,
is fine. I'll figure it out.
Bolt
But yeah.
action Magfed.
There's a couple of MagFed events that we're getting going here this year. Especially I'm thinking of those guys from Ontario because they want scenario, they want MagFed and madness, and I want to get people from like I was saying the other night to you about uniting the paintballs.
Yeah.
Because it's building, it's growing.
Yep.
It's getting bigger every year, but now they need to unite. And that's going to be a difficult task because you know it and I know it the way the world is right now with everybody. But I truly believe that we have so many great players here in the Maritimes that we can pull them together and we could go anywhere and slap people.
Yeah.
Like you guys go to OPL, you guys play with those animals at Commando and at against the grumpy old
Mirabelle.
men and the Mirabelle army. Like, holy fuck, those guys are absolutely every bit as they're crazy and they love you.
Absolutely. Yep.
They all speak nothing but the highest of the Maritimers because
Yep.
you've all represented so well. Even the really fucking Riley ones.
Yeah.
There's one that was in the chat. He knows who he is. He's a rowdy little shit, and I love him dearly. And actually, the one and only Mr. Hugo even said the same thing, that he's just a wonderful young man.
Yeah.
So they've really represented themselves out and about. That makes me happy that that's what this needs to be, is that
Yep.
we need to get out there and get more people. So I don't know how to do it, but you've been around long enough and I'm stupid and enthusiastic enough that I will throw myself at wolves
Mhm.
to try to make this work because I have nothing. I have no allegiance. I love everybody
Yeah.
equally until you're a dick.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to probably be a little less pleasant, but we need to see these guys all together so we can all just make money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, let's all make money. We don't have to like each other, but there
Only
has to
fool
be
lets
a
pride
neutral.
step between him and money.
There's got to be him and profit. That's right. Pride is no good for profit.
Yeah. So I think step number 1 is we all need to wear Kreate visual gear.
Step 1. That's number 1.
Right? Step 1.
Yes.
Step 2 is we need to encourage people to buy it by force. We'll
I like that. By force of will.
yes, by force of will. That's where I was going with that. So the oh my god, where'd it go? Accessories. That's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
The question I had for accessories. You mentioned that like stuff that you don't wear. So like the I'm not sure where I was thinking like small accessories and stuff like that is probably happening. But hats, gloves, stuff like that. That's
definitely it's in the works. Absolutely.
wicked.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And gloves. Gloves?
Yeah.
Gloves.
Trying.
Ooh.
Cool.
Without them being astronomically priced.
Can I put in a request
You can try.
for the gloves? All I ask is that they not be a branded Canadian Tire glove.
Oh,
that
fuck.
The mechanics gloves.
No, not even the mechanics gloves.
Yeah.
I could deal with the mechanics gloves. I got a pair of gloves and I was like, oh, cool, and I threw them on, and they were just like stretchy nylon gloves
Fuck.
with like the rubber
Yeah.
on the
I know what
whole
you're
bottom.
talking
You know
about.
what I'm talking about? They're
Yeah.
basically like gardening gloves.
Yeah.
They were great. They worked fucking
Yeah.
awesome. But
Yeah.
They're not paintball gloves.
fuck, you killed me, man. Fuck, I remember those gloves. They worked really well.
Until they
kept
didn't.
Condoms work really well until they don't.
I wouldn't know.
That's how we all got into the position we are in. Heyo.
So, just not that, because they felt like they were like
Yeah.
dollar store gloves, man.
Yeah.
So just, if it's
Something
if
quality, not the cheap alternatives for sure.
yeah.
The quick dollar
Yeah.
is not what's going to make you money in this world. It's the long dollar.
So fucking Ryan Bell in the chat there. What's a condom? Oh, 4 kids.
That's no one's fault but your own, fella. You
Bro.
ain't got no one to blame but yourself.
Yep.
And your lack of willpower. That's why I only got one. I ain't doing this
So-
shit twice.
Okay, cool. So half decent gloves are gonna get made. Hats
Yep.
are a thing.
Yep.
I'm guessing it's gonna be like ball caps, beanies.
Yeah.
The regular. Oh, can you do a sock hat? Is that a thing?
It is actually an option that I do have to do. I don't know how many of those I will be making, but it's definitely
I can
an
think of like 2 guys
it's an option.
that would buy them. Rob Bidnos out of Nova Scotia would probably get one because I think it's all I've ever seen him wear. And me.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking like a thin toque because I know a lot of the
That's a
young
beanie.
bloods.
I call them beanies.
Oh, beanies. Yeah, okay. I've noticed a lot of the young bloods have been wearing them under their helmets.
I wear beanies always. No matter
Yeah.
what, even down in Florida, I'm still wearing my beanie every time.
Yeah, I'm just a bandana guy.
Yeah.
Bandana and away I go. But I have luscious hair. No, I'm just kidding.
I wore
sweat
my
like a beast,
my
that's
bump
why.
cap,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I like your bump cap.
My bump cap works, but I do like the idea of beanies.
Do you have access to gear bags? Is that like something you could potentially do in the future?
As
Obviously
of
not
right now, no. Is it something I want to do? Most definitely, for sure.
Yeah,
Man,
that'd be
I
dope.
don't know if that'll be anything for this season, but definitely something I want to look to in the future, like 100%.
I direly need a gear bag. Like I'm using an ancient hockey bag. Fuck there's a place in town that has a surplus.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna go be a piece of shit and buy some army surplus.
Do it.
That's what I was using.
I know I loved your gear bag.
Yeah, no, it would just be awesome because I feel like in the world of paintball, that's kind of like the holy grail of a brand is
Yeah.
when they release a gear bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's just
And
sort
trying
of
to
like,
release like a quality one at
Yeah.
not astronomical price is definitely
yeah,
So you
it'd
gotta
be,
try to find
yeah,
that happy
it'd be
middle
awesome
ground.
to see a Kreate
Yeah.
gear bag for not $800.
yeah,
You know?
exactly. Exactly.
I just thought of somebody I got to get their logo for my jersey. I'm not even asking her permission. I'm just gonna fucking ask Mama K. Just get Mama K's. Put that somewhere on the jersey. I don't give a fuck. I'll put anybody on the jersey. I'm a whore. Put anybody's
Put it
name
on-
on my jersey.
You can only put Mama K's on the jersey if it includes a small graphic of grilled cheese. I'm not sure why, but when I think Mama K, I think grilled cheese.
Yep.
Right?
Oh, hey, Stan.
I don't. Maybe it's because that was the first thing I had. Was
That's what she's known for, premium grilled cheese. So
yeah? Was the what did I have?
Probably the Mac Daddy, I'm gonna assume.
The Mac Daddy ripping up skirts. And the
That's our number one for sure.
Yeah.
Was it
That
Daddy?
chicken parm one was the one that
Chicken
sold
parm
mine.
was my favorite. For the
That's
longest time.
that's the one I had. I had the chicken
Yep.
parm one because it was like
Mm.
garlic bread.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's it.
and I was just like, damn.
That was
Brad
one of
Reed,
my.
Mac Daddy or bust.
he's- I think that was the funniest thing was riding that truck in at the last event with her, trying to get it under the tree, and we're hacking away parts of the tree so that we could get underneath of it.
Yeah.
Cut that fucking tree down, boys. We're not making Mama K have to go very far. I rode that
Love
thing
it.
in like a chariot. Sold
Amazing.
out. She sold pretty well. Sold
She
everything.
did pretty
too.
decent. She did pretty decent that day.
Awesome.
She
I love
always
it.
does pretty well. Nobody ever gives Mama K any trouble because
No,
they'll
definitely not.
they'll be summarily drug into the truck, and there's
Beating off a grill.
the man who works, the dude who works in that little kitchen is an angry little human being. If you even don't fuck with, you don't fuck with him. He fucks with you. It's so sweet.
Yeah, I have a healthy fear of anybody who could work in a confined cooking space for long periods of time.
Yeah.
You'd be smart too. You'd be smart too.
And man, okay, that's awesome. I would love to see this grow, and in like 5 years, I want to see like a Kreate visual cleat.
Exactly.
You know, like that would be.
Well, then whether
One
he
step
likes
at
it
a
or
time,
not,
we'll get there.
whether he likes it or not, we're gonna have to whore him out, Bradley.
That's
Oh,
fine.
absolutely.
I am adding him. Guess what? He just got added to the. You've just made the fucking list. My
We're gonna do
promos
the-
are getting longer.
we're-
I'm gonna have to start cutting them up or something and make them different. But
Tom's gonna make us do the David Justin Reaper thing, where just everybody is our sponsor, whether you like by force. Like you're
fuck you. I like your product, so I'm supporting you. If you don't like it, call me. Send me a cease and desist order. Stop promoting our product, you fucking animal.
Jennifer Montresor's in the chat. So
You know, it's like you're watching a dirty movie and your mom walks in. You're watching this amazing sci-fi, and there's that one nude scene, and your parents walk in. It's when I cuss and Jennifer Monteresor shows up.
Yeah.
Every time. But she called us naughty boys last week, and I was
That
like,
was fun.
yes!
that was funny.
That was the high point of my show last week, and I had a great
she
time.
says, "Yes, you have a potty mouth."
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I know.
One of these days, we will meet in person. And
Just for the record, and Brad can attest to this, I don't swear around my child. Like,
it's true.
I'm pretty.
At least I don't think he does. I don't speak French, so he might be. I don't hear any church words, so I'm assuming he's not.
I don't need him repeating the kind of cuss words I say, because then I'm gonna have to go to his school and explain to him why he uses that many 4-letter words.
Yeah,
It's just not gonna be fun. No. It seems funny when it's not your kid or it's like your little sibling, but when
once
you're
it
the
is.
parent, you're like, oh man.
It's when you're the parent and you have that like always nagging feel in the back of your head where it's just like the other parents are judging me, or the teacher's gonna judge me when I go in for parent-teacher
They do.
like, interview, right?
100%.
Yeah,
I can
and they
tell
look
you
you up and
without
down.
a shadow of a doubt. Teachers judge you and your children. They do.
I might experience
Nothing
that next
personal. They're human beings. Trust me.
year.
I'm a custodian. We look at some of those kids and we're like, all right, you dirty little shit. Like, come on now. Chase them with a mop or something.
Jeez, mop, awesome. So, Tyler, I was about to call you Kerfoot, but I guess I should probably call you Tyler because this is a professional.
Everybody calls me Kerfoot though, so I'm
it's
used
true, right? It's true.
Yeah.
It's
to
Kerfoot.
it. Not a lot of people call me Tyler for sure.
No, because I think when I first met you, I think I just learned you. It was just Kerfoot. I met you as Kerfoot.
Absolutely.
I think I asked somebody who Tyler was, and they're like, who? I'm like, Tyler Kerfoot. And they're like, oh, him. It's like,
right?
oh.
That guy over there.
Yeah.
All right, man. We're pretty much getting to the end, so let's recap real quick. Where can people find your stuff?
As of right now, on Instagram and Facebook, at Kreate Visuals, no spaces, nothing, anything crazy. We are working on our website, which is kreatevisuals.ca. As of right now, it is not launched as of now, but you can still put your email in, and you'll get emailed pretty much as soon as the site does go live. And there probably will be a little bit bonus for the people that are on that email list as well.
You heard it here first. Get on that list, everybody. Kreate Visuals is going to have some really cool stuff because the band is like, again, I wouldn't say if I didn't like the dude, but That glitch in his screen is just
This
throwing me
is
off.
this camera's old. It's definitely on its
Oh,
own.
okay, it is on your end because the last
Yeah.
3 weeks it's been on our end. So
No,
I'm
this is
all
100% on my end.
cool.
100% on my phone, for sure.
Okay. Your website is making me jump through fucking hoops here to try.
Really?
Yeah, there we go. It's like, are you a robot? And I'm like, I swear to God, I'm not.
Are you sure you're not a robot?
Password contact.
Are you a replicant, Brad? Is that what's happened here?
What's your website hosted on? Shopify?
Yes.
Wicked. So at least we know it's like a proper, like we can buy stuff from your website without having
Exactly.
like sketchy weird shit happen.
Exactly.
I love that.
I want
love
everything
that
to
you're
be seamless and easy.
Yeah.
Even if I have to pay the few percent or whatever for the fees, it's just
It's
1,000%.
really not that bad.
It's not. At the end of the day, it's pennies. It's really
Right?
not that bad.
But paintballers are so fussy that if it takes longer or you have any sort of hiccup, they're not going to want to spend their money.
Then you're like, nope, never mind.
In that moment where they're just like, I'm going to buy that jersey. If something screws up on your website, you're done.
They're like,
You've
oh,
lost
maybe
your
it
sale.
was a sign. Maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
paint- we are always like, we're handing you the money, but you
Yeah.
know that muscle tension is just like, we'll snap it back at the second we feel like it's just like,
Exactly.
If we
It's
don't
like,
think we're going to get our dollar value, we're just
yeah.
like,
I need that new jersey. Fuck, guess I need a new pod pack instead. Like
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
man, I watched how hard they were to separate you from some of your money in Ontario, and you still were just, some of them are master salesmen. I appreciate the art.
I don't like spending money.
I don't either. That's why I love people who convince me to do it. I'm like, wow, I'm impressed. Like,
Right? Exactly.
you have separated this fool from his money.
So folks, go follow Kerfoot on Instagram, Facebook, with Create Visuals, plural, right? Visuals.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Create Visuals, and go check out some of the designs. If you have a team and you're looking for some jerseys, check him out. He'll hook you up. He's got some great stuff there, so you can help support one of the little guys, and who will soon be one of the medium guys. And then eventually we'll be one of the big guys, in which case we'll turn our backs on him and go, you sold out, man. And then we'll start the process with somebody new.
So you want to be a visual superstar and print large, big house, 5 cars? Yeah. He's going to be a visual superstar. Mark my words. It's a game, but man,
I love it.
there's always a
Okay.
younger guy coming up after you. Save
Right?
your money, man.
For
Save
sure.
your money.
So that's it, folks. For everyone who stuck around, chit-chatting with us, liking, following, sharing, and typing in the comments. Truly appreciate it. Remember, going forward, we're going to be going live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch because we can. And, I think we finally found the system we're going to use going forward. So, excuse me. That is it. We're all done. Until next week, cheers.